Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. There is a message that I received a couple of days ago. Then I had to ask one of our admins to give us a translation, and this is the translation of that message that I received. The message reads like this. Hello brother, how are you? Back at home, we have a very big problem with our mother because of her hatred towards all of her daughter-in-laws, which made her to cast a spell on us that we will die poor. This was after we had tried to defend our mother's daughter-in-law because of the way that she was mistreating them. Brother Nashi, we have come here as a family after having a very hard time with our mother, who bewitched us because she didn't like the women that we got married to. This problem, Brother Nashi, started as soon as we started working. Our mother is someone who is living in the village and we are living in the city. Then some of my siblings, they are working in neighboring countries. So here and there, we try as much as we can to send her something. But no matter how hard we try, my brother, my mother is that kind of a person whereby at the end of the month, because you'll be earning just a small salary, if you send her something like 1,000, then she will ask you how much you would have gotten. If you tell her that I only got 3.5 or 3,800 rands at the end of the month, then she will tell you that why didn't you give her more? And she doesn't even care that in the place that we are staying, we have to pay some rentals, we have to buy food and things like that. She wants you to give you almost half of your salary, and she doesn't even care if you are married or not. And if you ever make that mistake that you tell her that on some occasions you do send some money to your in-laws, she will curse you like you have never been cursed in your life. Every month, and to us who are unfortunate to be close to her, she makes sure that she gets onto the bus and then she will travel to the city so that she can collect the money personally, and she would just let us pay rent sometimes. Then the rest she will say you have to make a plan for yourself. And this thing, my brother, she does it because she wants to see the reaction that she is going to get from her daughter-in-laws. If any of our wives tries to complain, then sometimes she can start to cry and she will say to us, this is why I never wanted my sons to get married, because now look at me, I am suffering, but I have many sons. My brother, we are just suffering. There are many days whereby at the end of the month, you have to survive by going to the loan sharks so that you can get money for transport, food and basics. Even if you try to tell my mom that this month, please do not come because we have other plans. We are trying to buy even something like a blanket. To us, it is a very big thing if you can even afford to buy a blanket. But my mom will reply you and she will say, oh, so you are busy worrying about dressing properly. What about me? Was I dressed properly when I was busy working hard to pay for your school fees? She is not even ashamed. Each and every month, and you will know that you will see her getting off from the taxi and she will get straight into the house and she will tell you the reason why she has traveled all the way from the village, and she will say, please give me what is mine so that I can rush back to my home back in the village. My livestock does not have anyone to take care of them because I am here in the city. She doesn't stay for more than 3 or 2 days. If you give him the money today, tomorrow early morning she will be gone. Then she will forget about you. But when it is month end, that is when she will start to call. I stayed for a very long time as a single man because I knew what kind of a character that my mom had. But in the end, I had no choice but to get married. I tried so hard for my mom to love my wife, but she failed. Then my mom one day asked me to allow my wife to come and stay with her in the village so that they can get to know each other. But then my wife, at first when she started complaining, I thought that maybe she was just complaining. But in the end, I saw that my mom, she was using my own wife like a slave. I felt sorry for my wife. Last month, I even went home with some groceries. My mother took the groceries and locked up those groceries in her bedroom. what my mom does is that if I ever make the mistake to visit her in the village, when I will tell her that I want to return back to the city, then she will say that I am going with you. The reason why she would be wanting to travel with me back to the city, it is because she would want to fetch some money from my other brothers. And once we would have arrived in the city, she will start to complain because she will say that, why didn't the rest of your brothers give you some extra groceries? That is why I have decided to ride back to the city with you so that I can collect my groceries. I noticed that my wife had lost so much weight. So with force, I then took my wife so that I can start to stay with her in the city. I thought that she would later get pregnant. But as we are speaking right now, my brother, there is nothing. My wife has failed to fall pregnant for me. All my brothers got married, which was a painful thing to my mother. My own mother can even cry if she hears that you are about to get married. She will cry and she will say that you are hurting her so much. Then there was this other time when our mother called us all back to the village. Then she said, I want you to divorce all of your wives because one day they will conspire against me. Then they will bewitch me so that I can die. We thought that maybe she was joking, but she said that she wanted us to build ourselves a good life first before we can get married again. We all tried to refuse. Then our mom started screaming and crying as if we had insulted her. She got up, ran to her room as she was crying, screaming out so loud. When she came back, she was holding a glass bottle that was filled with powder. When we looked at that powder, the powder looked more like ashes. Then she blew those ashes into our faces. Then she said, all of you, since you have denied all of the things that I have asked from you, you are going to die poor. Brother Nashi, ever since then, there is a brother of mine who since went to South Africa to look for a job. On most occasions, I find myself sending him some money so that he can just buy some food. What kind of poverty will make you to run away from your own country? And when you find yourself in a country where you would think that you will get the best opportunities, then you have to ask for your own siblings that are back home to send you some money for food. We are just suffering. Sometimes, my brother, I can even go for more than 2 years without even affording to buy a pair of shoes, not even flip-flops that cost less than $1. I can't even afford to buy those. We don't know what we did to our mother. If we ask her, she just says, divorce your wives and all will be well. Amongst all of us, no one has a child yet. Our wives are struggling to conceive. Even if you were to see me as I'll be going to work, you will feel sorry for me because I have only one pair of shoe, and the kind of a job that I do each and every day, I have to wear formal wear. And I don't know when last I bought a brand new trousers or a shirt. I keep on using those clothes that I bought so many years ago. Life is very difficult. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I received a couple of days. Then I had to ask one of our admins to give us a translation.